Oh, we are into the business end of the season, folks. In today's episode, we've got a Europa League round of 16 second leg tie. But before that, we've got to negotiate a very tricky tie away from home against Mainz in the Bundesliga. Okay, welcome to the video and let's get into it. In the last episode, you were here for the games against Borussia Mönchengladbach and Hamburg. A 2-0 win against Borussia Mönchengladbach and a 3-1 win against Hamburg. All lovely stuff. Since then, we've played Hoffenheim, won 3-0 in the league, goals from Mads Bidstrup and 2 from Karim Konate. And in actual fact, as you can see here, Konate had 2 goals disallowed as well. So it could have been 4 goals for Konate. It was total domination, 65% possession, 2.05 XG to their 0.27. 6 shots on target to their 1, 12 shots compared to their 3. It was just total domination from us. And Nunes and Fontas also getting on the assist charts as well. After that, we played Wolfsburg and won 4-1 in that game. And again, another game where we were just very, very dominant. Goals from Gaston Nunes from a Ricard Fontas assist, Konate from a Levi assist, Kamiri from a Levi assist, and then Fontas from an Ott assist. It was really nice seeing Konate and Levi linking up for our second goal there. I really did enjoy that. They also did obviously get, once we were 3-0 up, they got a goal and then we got the 4th goal in the 94th minute. But again, 67% possession, 1.78 XG to 1.40, 6 shots on target to their 3. It was just a very dominant performance from us. We then went on and played Werder Bremen at home, a 4-1 win in this goal. Erez Levi actually getting on the score sheet in this game. We did go 1-0 down in this one. I started to get a bit of deja vu vibes of previous games where we've been going 1-0 down. But then Levi with a Kamiri assist made it 1-1. It stayed that way up to half time. And then on the hour mark, Fontas with a Konate assist, Angelo Stiller with a penalty, and Kamiri with an Alex Valla assist, making it 4-1. And again, another pretty comfortable result. In the end, once we came out in the second half, I kicked their backsides in the team talk at the end of the first half. But once we got the second goal in the second half on the hour mark, it was just a very dominant performance. And the XG itself also suggests how dominant it was, 3.50 to 0.92. So yeah, very nice performance. Then we played SK Rapid in the Europa League round of 16 first leg. SK Rapid, an Austrian team. What's their actual rating? So they're 3.5 star national reputation. Sorry about that. And yeah, they were simple enough to get past, to be honest. It was a 2-0 win. We didn't really ever seem to be in any trouble. Again, we've had 2 goals disallowed. This time it was Fontas that had the goals disallowed. Konate and Levi were both unavailable for this game. I think they were both injured. I'm just having a look down here. I think, yeah, Levi was fit enough to be on the bench, but Konate was injured for the actual game. They had a goal disallowed as well. We had Michael Oliver was our referee. I'm pretty certain it was Michael Oliver. Yeah, there you go, Michael Oliver. And he obviously wanted to be the star of the show, disallowing 3 goals and allowing 2. Which means we get into today's episode. We've got Mainz, who are currently 9th in the Bundesliga, away from home. And then we've got the second leg against SK Rapid. And anyone that watched the Champions League semi-final against Liverpool will know that being 2-0 up after the first leg with the home game to come does not mean you've necessarily won the tie. So we need to be on it against Rapid. But Mainz, if we have a look at the Bundesliga, you can see where we are in the table as well. We are still top. 25 games played. We are 6 points clear of RB Leipzig. The game we're playing today is our game in hand, so we could go 9 points clear of Leipzig. I think Leipzig did win. Oh, no, they lost against Stuttgart. There you go. So we need to capitalise on that by winning against Mainz today. Mainz are not a bad team, to be fair. They're challenging for a European place. And if we actually look at their schedule and look at some of their results, yes, they've lost to Leipzig and Bayern recently, but they got a draw against Bayer Leverkusen. They did lose to Eintracht Frankfurt. They seem to be on a very poor run at the moment. Before that, they were a lot better. And I'm pretty certain they've got some decent... There you go. They've beaten Bayer Leverkusen this season. They beat RB Leipzig in the home game. And obviously, this is home game for them as well. against us. So we can't underestimate them. We can't take them too lightly. Karen Canate is third on the goal scorer list, by the way, with 14 goals this season. Only 2 behind Bryant St Clair of Eintracht Frankfurt. Erez Levi and Remco Beckhus top the average rating chart. Remco Beckhus also second for assists. Karen Canate third for player of the match. And Felix Gebhardt is joint top with the Freiburg goalkeeper for the Golden Glove. So we're doing really rather nicely. Let's get over to the Matchday Centre then and see if we can get past Mainz and extend our lead to 9 points with, 8 to play? Right, here we are then, and a very familiar team to go into the game against Mainz. Gebhardt in goal, Carnevale left back, Nunez right back, Schlotterbeck and Esteve in the centre of defence, Stiller, Beckhus and Kamiri in the centre of midfield, with Fontas and Levi out wide, Canate up top. Bradley Barcola is out with an injury, he's out for another 11 days, and Samson Dyke is also out for another 4 days with his injury. So let's get into it. Lots to play for in this game against Mainz, of course. A win here to put us 9 points ahead with 8 games to play would be absolutely massive. On the plus side, if we do lose, we don't actually lose any ground, but we would be kicking ourselves if we don't manage to extend our lead from the position we're in at the moment. We must be considered favourites for the Bundesliga at this point, and we're very close to having an invincible season. Yes, we still got to play Leipzig and Bayern and Bayer Leverkusen, but it's on, let's be honest. But it could end today if I get too carried away, and Mainz very nearly took a 1-0 lead. It was saved from Gebhardt. It's gone out for a corner. They're going to have an in-swinger from this left-hand side. Oof, it's gone out for another corner as well. They have come very close on 2 occasions here to take the lead. The next corner comes in. We don't really clear our lines. It's gone back to the corner kick taker, and that's a pretty poor pass from him. And in fact, the linesman's now put his flag up for offside. They do that delayed thing now, don't they, where they delay putting up their flag. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's a silly thing to do, but it is what it is. Right, Nunez with our first highlight of the game. Stiller in the midfield to Fontas, to Schlotterbeck, Carnevale, gives it to Ricard Fontas. He's through on goal, and Ricard Fontas gets his 10th for the season. He's put us 1-0 up against Mainz, away from home. And as things stand right now, we are 9 points clear of RB Leipzig. Carnevale with the next highlights with Ricard Fontas again. He goes into the box, and Fontas has got his second of the game. 2 goals, and there can only be a couple of minutes between them. They're in very quick succession. And Ricard Fontas has given us a really good start in this game. 4 minutes between the 2 goals. Carnevale with both the assists as well. And that is a lovely position to be in at half-time. Now let's just see the game through. Let's not do anything silly. Let's not concede and put pressure on ourselves or anything like that. If we can get a 3rd goal, that would be amazing. But I'm quite happy to settle for a 2-0 win. We're 9 points out of Leipzig. We're 16 ahead of Bayern Munich. I don't see how Bayern Munich are catching up with us. I really don't. Right, let's make substitutions. There's Levi can come off for Adeyemi, I believe. And I think Kamiri can come off for Giovanni Reina. And they will be our first 2 substitutions. I mean, if we concede 16 points to Bayern Munich by now, then something has gone very, very wrong. Right, here we go. We're in another highlight. Schlotterbeck to Reina, to Beckhus, to Fontas. Finds Karen Canate. Coming down this left-hand side. Pulls it back to Carnevale. Back to Canate. Cross into the box towards Adeyemi, and he's hit the post. Adeyemi very close to making it 3-0. I do want that 3rd goal, I must admit. It would just make me feel a little bit better if we could get a 3rd. Right, who are we bringing off here? I think we're going to bring off Gaston Nunez. And we swap Carnevale over onto that right-hand side. And I think we'll bring on Dieter Hesse for Canate and just put Fontas up top. I am keen to try and give Dieter Hesse some game time because he's meant to be a promising youngster for us. And I do like a nice promising youngster. getting them into your first team really does give you a bit of an ego boost, you know. Right, here's Hesse to Schlotterbeck to Esteve to Stiller. Rayner with a shot from distance. My word, that would have been a contender for goal of the season. Who's it scored that goal earlier on in the season? That was a cracker from outside. I can't remember who it was now. Right, Beckhuse can come off and Bidstrup can come on for him as we make our final substitution of the game in the 87th minute. Always kind of feel a bit sorry bringing someone on that late in the game because there's not really a great deal they can do. But to be fair, we have played nearly 10 minutes since then and it has finished 2-0. Ricard Fontas, both goals for him, both assists from Carnevale, getting us the win. And there we are in a very, very good position. I mean, we have to win the league from here, don't we? We can't mess this up, surely. 9 points. Even if we lose to Leipzig and Bayern, we'd still, and Leipzig win against Bayern and whoever they're playing, because bear in mind, they've got a really tough run as well. Oh, we should be winning the league. We are this close from winning the Bundesliga, folks. Right, let's get to the game against SK Rapid in the Europa League round of 16. And it should just be a case of playing sensibly and easing their way into the quarterfinals. Right, welcome back. And here we are in the Matchday Centre for the Europa League game against SK Rapid. And basically an unchanged team. I don't think I've made any changes to this team. The only change is Samson Dyke is back and fit again, and he is on the subs bench. What I think I might... No, I'm not. I was going to... In actual fact, Carolot can come in there, and Frederick Reuter can come in for Esteve in defence. So I think they're the only changes that we're going to make. Let's get into the tale. I just wanted to make a couple of changes, give a couple of players a bit of a chance, while a couple had a bit of a rest, I suppose. So here we go then for the game against SK Rapid. They're playing a 4-3-3 formation, same as us. Austrian team, they shouldn't be an issue for us, especially at home. If we won the away leg, we should be able to win this home leg. But like I said, after the way we threw it away against Liverpool when we was with Monaco, I wouldn't say we threw it away. They just absolutely destroyed us in our home game. Canart is through. I think it's offside anyway. Yeah, the linesman flag's gone up. And 10 minutes into the game, we're the only ones that have had any shots at goal. We've had 74% of the possession as well. So we are looking very, very good. Well, that might be overdoing it a little bit. We're looking decent at the start of the game. We win the ball back there. Levi's got it. Brings it down his right-hand side. Goes infield towards Carolot. Nunez gets it back from him. Then it's back to Levi. Gaston Nunez, and it's a goal from Ricard Fontas. I mean, Bradley Barcola's due back in about a week's time, and Ricard Fontas has really given me food for thought. Maybe he stays on the left and we drop Perez Levi on the right. I mean, there's possibilities there, but either way, it's proving a bit difficult to leave Fontas out. I mean, if Karen Canarte don't start scoring goals as well, there's always an option to move Levi up top, Fontas on the left with Barcola on the right. There's many, many options we can do. Here's Levi now on the right-hand side. Gives it to Kamiri. He gets tackled but keeps the ball. Carolot lets it go through to Gaston Nunez. Carnevale now to Remco Beckhuse. And Remco Beckhuse with his 9th goal of the season. It's 2-0 to Dortmund. It's 4-0 on aggregate. And surely now that does seal our place through to the next round. Hopefully we can bring you the draw for the quarterfinals and semi-finals of the Europa League, so we can all see what the pathway would be to the final should we get there at the end of this game, or at least before the end of this episode. Here's Nunez now to Reuter, to Ott, to Schlotterbeck. Gives it to Carnevale on this left-hand side. Fontas finds Canarte. It's not offside this time. Canarte has scored. It's 3-0 on the night. Canarte with the goal. I think that was a Fontas assist as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong. A goal and an assist for Ricard Fontas. Karen Canarte also with it. Carnevale's assist, by the way, makes it his 10th assist of the season and 3 assists in his last 2 games. So he's been playing very well for us on that left-hand side. Bear in mind, he's not really been taking corners. He's not really been taking free kicks. He's taken the odd 1 or 2 here and there, but not not many. And I think now's the time to make some substitutions. And I think Carnevale can come off for Alex Valla, and we'll bring Samson Dyke on for Gaston Nunes. The two wing-backs can be our first two substitutions of the game. And we're entering towards the 70th minute. And this has been a very comfortable win against what has to be said is a pretty average team, let's be quite honest. Right, Kamiri can come off for Rayner. Carolot's on a yellow card, but I'm going to trust him to not get himself sent off. Erez Levi can come off for Dieter Hesse, I think. And do you know what? We're going to bring this youngster on as well. I'm not going to try and say his name. He can come on for Schlotterbeck. Basically, because I don't think we're going to concede 6 goals in the final 15 minutes of the game. And, I mean, he's going to be leaving at the end of the season. I think his contract's up then. So it's not really going to do us any good by giving him game time. But I'm just a nice bloke like that. You know what I mean? I'm a nice manager. Right, here we go. So they have a highlight in the 87th minute. We win the ball back. Hesse has it on the right-hand side. Couldn't find Carolot. And now Rapid can break. And Gebhardt with the... I've got Gebhardt in goal for this game as I did the previous game. Alban Lafont played through most of the group stage. But now we're into the business end of it, the knockout stage. I think we have to have our number one goalkeeper in goal. We clear our lines. Fontas can pick up the loose ball. Can we do a counter-attack? No, we can't. Or if we do, it weren't much good. 2 minutes to be added on. That is the end of the 2 minutes. And that is the end of the match. A 3-0 win on the night. 5-0 on aggregate. SK Rapid were pretty easy to get past. Right, let's get to the Europa League draw. This is the quarter-final stage. Let's start the draw. The teams that are left in it. Bilbao, AIK. I mean, I wouldn't mind being drawn against them. Us, Brighton, Wolves, Sporting, Marseille and Lazio. I mean, there's a story there with Lazio, isn't there? Considering we applied for jobs with Dortmund and Lazio. And bear in mind, we were waiting like a month before Dortmund actually offered us a job interview. We applied for jobs at the same time. They offered us a job interview after a month, and then about a week later, they offered us the actual job. We never heard anything from Lazio. They never offered us an interview. They never declined us either, but we could have ended up at Lazio in a different universe. So here we go then. The first name out of the hat is us, Borussia Dortmund. We are first out of the hat. Who do we play? Who do I not want to play? I don't really want Brighton. I've got bad memories of Brighton from my time with Monaco in the Europa League. I'd rather avoid Sporting and probably Marseille, Lazio. So AIK is a team I'd like. I don't mind Wolves and maybe Bilbao, who knows. Right, here we go. The next click of the button and we know who we're playing in the quarterfinals, and it will be Sporting. Oh, that's probably the team I wanted to avoid. Marseille are drawn against Lazio. Bilbao are drawn against Wolves, and Brighton, lucky sods, they're drawn against AIK. Are they a Swedish team? Yeah, Swedish team. So I do know some stuff. Right, let's get into the semi-final draw then and see who we're going to be playing if we get there into the semi-final. Borussia Dortmund or Sporting. We're first out the hat again. We will be playing against Marseille or Lazio for a place in the final, which means Bilbao or Wolves will play AIK or Brighton. Could be an all-English semi-final there, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is, to be quite honest. So that is the draw. We now know what our pathway looks like if we're going to get to the final of the Europa League. So I think in tomorrow's episode, I'll play Stuttgart, Hanover, Sporting, and probably Freiburg off camera. Or I might come back for Freiburg. We'll probably do Stuttgart, Hanover, first leg against Sporting off camera, and we'll come back for tomorrow's episode against Freiburg at home and Sporting away in the Europa League quarter-final. And yeah, like I said in the intro, we are in the business end of the season. I'll see you for that one tomorrow, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.